Once upon a time, in a kingdom far away, there lived a kind and wise princess named Aveline. Princess Aveline was loved by her people for her fairness and her gentle heart. She had everything she could ever want: beautiful clothes, grand feasts, and a magnificent castle. But there was one thing she longed for more than anything else: adventure. Every night, as she looked out from her castle balcony, Aveline would gaze at the forest that lay beyond the kingdom's borders. The villagers told stories of magical creatures and hidden wonders within the forest, but they also warned of the dangers that lurked in its depths. The forest was said to be enchanted, and only the bravest could venture inside and return unharmed. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the sky turned a deep shade of purple, Princess Aveline decided it was time to find the adventure she had always dreamed of. She donned a simple cloak to hide her royal attire and slipped out of the castle unnoticed, heading straight for the mysterious forest. As Aveline entered the forest, she felt a strange sense of calm wash over her. The trees whispered in the wind, and the moonlight cast a silver glow on the path ahead. She walked for hours, deeper and deeper into the woods, until she came to a clearing where a large, ancient oak tree stood. At the base of the tree sat a silver fox, its fur shining like the moon itself. The fox had sharp, intelligent eyes and seemed to be waiting for her. Aveline approached cautiously, but the fox showed no fear. "Greetings, Princess Aveline," the fox said in a voice that was soft but filled with wisdom. Aveline was surprised that the fox knew her name, but she wasn't frightened. "How do you know who I am?" she asked. The fox smiled, revealing sharp teeth. "I know many things, Princess. I am Fenris, the guardian of this forest. I have been watching over these woods for centuries, and I can sense when a heart as pure as yours enters my domain." Aveline was intrigued. "I came seeking adventure," she said. "I have heard tales of the wonders in this forest, and I want to see them for myself." Fenris nodded. "Adventure you shall have," he replied. "But know this, the forest is full of tests. Only those with courage, kindness, and wisdom can uncover its true wonders." With that, the fox led Aveline deeper into the forest. As they walked, Fenris spoke of the challenges that lay ahead. "You will face 3 trials, Princess. If you pass them, you will find a treasure greater than any you have known. But if you fail, you may never return." Aveline listened carefully, her heart beating with excitement and a little fear. But she knew she had to try. The first trial came as they reached a river that cut through the forest. The water was swift and cold, and there was no bridge in sight. Aveline hesitated, unsure of how to cross. "You must find a way to the other side," Fenris said. "But remember, appearances can be deceiving." Aveline thought for a moment and then noticed a pattern in the water. The rocks beneath the surface created a natural bridge, but it was hidden by the rushing current. She stepped carefully onto the first rock, then the next, until she had crossed the river safely. "Well done," Fenris said with a nod. "You have passed the trial of perception." They continued on until they reached the second trial. This time, they encountered a large tree blocking the path. Its branches were twisted and tangled, creating an impassable barrier. On one of the branches, a small bird was trapped, its leg caught in the thorns. "Your second trial is to clear the path," Fenris said. "But do not forget to help those in need along the way." Without hesitation, Aveline approached the bird and carefully freed it from the thorns. The bird chirped gratefully and flew away, and as it did, the tree's branches began to untangle themselves, clearing the path. "You have passed the trial of kindness," Fenris said with a pleased expression. "One more trial remains." The final trial led them to a dark cave at the heart of the forest. The entrance was narrow and forbidding, and from within came the sound of something large moving in the shadows. "Inside this cave lies the last challenge," Fenris explained. "But you must enter alone. Be brave, and trust in your own strength." Aveline swallowed her fear and stepped into the cave. The darkness was thick, and she could barely see. But as she ventured deeper, she heard the growl of a creature, an enormous, menacing dragon blocking her path. The dragon's eyes glowed like embers, and it towered over Aveline. But instead of attacking, the dragon spoke. "Why do you enter my lair, human? What do you seek?" Aveline took a deep breath. "I seek adventure and the treasure that lies within this forest," she said, her voice steady despite the fear in her heart. "But I do not seek to harm you or take what is yours. I only wish to understand the secrets of this place." The dragon studied her for a long moment, then nodded. "You have shown courage, and you speak with respect. The true treasure of this forest is not gold or jewels, but the wisdom and strength gained through your trials. You have proven yourself worthy." With that, the dragon's form began to shimmer and shrink, until it was no longer a dragon but a beautiful, shining gem that floated into Aveline's hands. The cave filled with light, revealing a path that led back to the forest. When Aveline emerged, Fenris was waiting for her. "You have passed the trial of courage," he said, his eyes gleaming with pride. "And now, the treasure is yours." Aveline looked at the gem in her hand and realized that the true treasure was the journey she had undertaken and the lessons she had learned. She thanked Fenris for his guidance, and the fox bowed deeply. "You are always welcome in this forest, Princess," Fenris said. "But remember, the greatest adventures are those that come from within." With a heart full of wisdom and a spirit ready for more adventures, Aveline returned to her kingdom. She brought with her not only the gem but the knowledge that true treasure comes from bravery, kindness, and the willingness to face challenges head-on. And from that day on, Princess Aveline ruled her kingdom with even greater wisdom and compassion, always ready for the next adventure that life would bring. And so, the princess and the silver fox lived on in the stories told throughout the kingdom, reminding everyone that the greatest treasures are often found within ourselves. The end.